Alright, look, man. HD happens to Ramp Dog, man. I think what everybody wants to know, and I think everybody needs to know, is the current status of Arsenal Football Club. The badge was already inducted. They've been moved up right now. I just want to know what exactly is the current state in which Arsenal Football Club of Northern London, Holloway Road, is at right now. The streets need to know. Please, HD. Fill me in.
Well, yes, Mr. Adam. The Arsenal situation, it's very terrible. At the rate that they're currently going right now, losing games to teams like Brentford, getting completely and totally baptized by Man City. If they continue on this proposed trajectory, I'm afraid that relegation might actually be a reality. So, I understand that right now, currently, there is only a Barcelona wing that exists. But if, and this is a mighty if Arsenal's results continue, I am afraid that you will have to make some more money for, yes, an Arsenal wing alongside the Barcelona one as well. Yes.
Okay, well, look, I mean, its funds are tight. Money is tight, so I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough money to basically fund another wing. So basically, the Barca wing has to come down before and basically provide money to provide the other wing. Karius. He's one that worries me because Karius has been in that vicinity for a very long time. HD, you're here to try and help people and so forth and get them better. This dude hasn't left scholarship status since that fateful night back in 2018 against Real Madrid. Please tell me there has been some market improvements on freaking Loris Karius, who's been there since 1920 for freaking over 3 years now.
Loris Karius, yes. I remember when he came into the hallways. Of course, after 2018, we've never seen anyone who somehow threw a ball to another individual who was just 2 yards away. But I believed in my powers. I've been doing this for a very long time. I said, there is no patient who is beyond being saved. Every patient can be saved. There is no one who is unsalvageable by my hands. It's been a long time, have hope, and I am sorry, but in the case of Loris Karius, I'm afraid that he's too far gone. I have never seen a brick like this. So I'm afraid that there's nothing we can do. This is something that I've never seen in all my years working in this field. So yes, I'm afraid that in the case of Mr. Loris Karius, there simply isn't any hope. No hope at all. No.
Speaking about wings. About wings. Not so. Just I mean, are you fine? You seem a bit, hope you're just taking your pills and chill. Speaking of wings, the Barcelona wing. Now, I am fearful ahead of the Bayern game. Very fearful of what could happen to those dudes. So, because here's the thing: if these guys get gentrified or colonized or calibrated or philosophized, I think the wing needs to be expanded. I think the wing needs to perhaps be a mansion. So, where we at with what could potentially happen with this Barca wing?
Barcelona, my lord. I remember exactly where I was. I saw that devastation at the hands of Bayern. But they are very talented people, aren't they? I mean, it continues scoring the goals and the assists as well. For them, I am very fearful. I am fearful for the Bayern game. And this is quite harsh that UEFA would put them in there as well. So of course I understand that the boss of the wing exists and it's been there for a while. Obviously based off their losses to Roma, Liverpool, and of course Bayern. But you have to consider this. what if, this isn't my idea, but what if they get gentrified or colonized by Bayern in the same group? You will need more than a wing. A wing will not be enough if they get gentrified yet again by the hands of Bayern. And Lewandowski is very dangerous. Bayern, they're ruthless. German teams don't understand what mercy is. I believe the saying is Schadenfreude. A lust for continuous pain. So, if they do get gentrified yet again, you will need more than a wing. You will need to perhaps name an entire sector of the brick academy after Barcelona, because a wing will not be enough if they get discombobulated yet again by Bayern.
Okay, alright, okay, alright. Hazard. He's been in and out of the academy. The amounts of insults that this guy has received has been nothing short of heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking, because I know how good this guy is, and there is nothing more painful than seeing an amazing talent who gets vilified, abused, mocked, and even bullied by people who don't know better. So HD, I come here, man, because I need you to give me some assurances that Hazard can get back something. So please, what do you have for me so we can get Zad back and kind of sniffs this said academy again?
Shocking. I wasn't expecting you to mention Mr. Eden Hazard. Well, I have to be truthful here for you. I know how much you love him and so forth, but his statistics for Real Madrid have been shocking. Quite shocking, and I think he has been one of the most expensive flops, I think, in football history. For someone who you touted as Zard, the players as good as the likes of Lionel Messi, I couldn't understand how you put him in the same category as a Messi or a Neymar when his numbers are simply horrendous. This is still a numbers game, and it's not about how good you are on the ball, it's about how effective you are. And he's been horribly ineffective. I know how hard that is for you, it's horribly ineffective. So, with regards to trying to help him come back to beat Zard, it's quite difficult because he loves to eat. Yes. We put out burgers, they disappear. We put out steak, and this is raw steak with the oil and all that all over there. They disappear as well. There's nothing legal that we can do to help him. However, this experiment that we've been working on for a while, we believe that this can help him, but it isn't exactly legal. Right now, it's may be classified as quite illegal, and it has a 98% unsuccess rate. So basically, it's got a 2% success rate. There's a 98% chance that Mr. Eden Hazard could turn into a leprechaun.
I understand this. It's risky because, I mean, I'm desperate to have him back, but at the same time, I want to have him back, but could this experiment turn me into a leprechaun from Beirut? I don't think I want a Beirusian leprechaun, really, I still don't has. But we'll take a rain check on that, but I'm going to pencil that in. Because if you're telling me that this experiment, although it is super dangerous, I will at least, at the very least, consider, and I'll speak to Hazard about it and so forth. Before we go, you just keep this between us. Just between us, obviously, I know that you're a doctor with a PhD. You're actually more of a doctor than that fake guy called Joseph Naji and so forth. I need I'll just say it. I need a cure for my baldness. The bold insults that I receive from the streets. I put up a strong front. But it's crossing the line. It's crossing the line, and I want my hair back. I want my hair back. You know, I looked at other videos of myself with an afro, with a full head of hair, and you know, I had a very emotional reaction. I want my hair back. And I know of your skills as a doctor, and I'm asking you what you can do. Just give me my hair back.
Have hope. Double H. You employ me to be truthful. You employ me to be blunt. And I understand your pain. I understand the hurt that you feel when you get attacked by something that naturally occurs. Everyone goes, well, apart from me, I mean, my locks are quite fine, you know. So I get it on my mother's side. Like, you know, my father, my uncle, you know, they used to do things to me when I was young. But that's beside the point. So with regards to your balls, I have to be blunt. Have hope. Double H. You are going to be bald for the rest of your life. For the rest of your days. You will never have an afro. Your hair will never grow, and there is nothing that I can do to bring back the hair back for you. So, I'm sorry, but you will have to just accept that you, my friend, will forever be bald.